My wife went to prison to cover for her first love. I rushed to the jail, watching her sob through the glass. The guard told me, "Sir, control yourself. Don't cry." But the moment I stepped outside, I literally snorted with laughter. My brainless wife, enjoy the prison sewing machine. She forgot to sign a prenup, so now the chairman's seat belongs to her live-in husband. I wiped away fake tears, pulled out my phone, and voiced my lawyer. Old Zhao, do it. The Lu Group's corporate seal is mine now. My driver, Wang, saw me grinning like a maniac and gasped, "Bossed back to the family mansion." I slid into the back seat, crossed my legs, and snapped, "Mansion, take me to headquarters. Today is my big day." That idiot Ryan thinks she is Mother Mary. Her precious first love, Ju Yanzhou, did a drunk driving hit and run, and she took the fall. She said his hands are for playing piano. What about mine? Am I just trash to them? 3 years of marriage, and I worked like a dog. Temperature-controlled foot baths, pre-cut steaks, even catching her poodle's poop. Her parents treated me like a slave. But finally, dawn is broken. The car pulled up to the Lu Group high. I adjusted my tie, staring at the sharp, confident man in the glass. The cowardly Lin Fan died last night. The receptionist saw me and rolled her eyes. As usual, she ignored me. Usually, she makes me wait 30 minutes just to deliver lunch. As I walked toward the CEO's private elevator, she blocked me. "Hey, delivery guy, use the service lift." I backhanded her so hard her foundation flew. A loud slap echoed through the lobby. Everyone froze, mouths wide open. I pulled out a wet wipe, cleaned my hand, and tossed it right onto her face. Boardroom, 10 minutes. Anyone late is fired on the spot. I kicked the door open. Inside, the old board members were smoking, plotting how to carve up Ryan's leftover mess. Her uncle Doc Young stubbed his cigarette on the table. "Lin Fan, you freeloading parasite, what are you doing here? Scram and deliver prison food to Ryan. Don't embarrass yourself." They burst into mocking laughter. I didn't even blink. I just pulled out the head chair and sat down, completely relaxed. I slammed my shoes right onto the expensive mahogany table. "Keep laughing, but don't cry later." Doc Young exploded. "Security, kick this psycho out." Before they could move, my lawyer, Old Zhao, marched in with his team. A dozen suits with killer presents filed in. Zhao slammed the legal files onto the table. "Gentlemen, based on the marriage of Ryan and Lin Fan, and her current incarceration, without a prenup, Mr. Lin, as her legal spouse, takes full control of all her shares. This means, as of right now, Lin Fan is the largest shareholder and sole chairman." The room went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Duck Young's face turned purple as he pointed a shaking finger at me. "You ungrateful dog. We fed you for 3 years." I grabbed a heavy glass ashtray and smashed it at his feet. Duck Young fell back, terrified. I stood up, leaning over the table. "Fed me. I never took a dime of your money. I slaved away for 3 years, tripled company revenue, while Ryan kept my paycheck. Cut the crap, I run this company now." Silence. These old cowards only bully the weak, shrinking like scared puppies now. Suddenly, the door swung open again. A man in a flashy white suit and slicked hair walked in. Ryan's precious first love. Holding a document, he smirked. "I object." Ryan signed a share trust agreement before going inside. "I am the trustee." He held it up like a royal decree, looking incredibly smug. "Lin Fan, know your place. Ryan loves me. Why would she leave the company to a loser like you? Get lost before I call security." Seeing their savior, Doc Young's crew got cocky again. "Yes, Ju is the one she trusts. Your scheme failed, Lin." Looking at Gu, I couldn't help but laugh. I burst out laughing until tears came. Guy frowned. "Are you crazy? What's funny?" I pointed at the paper. "My dear pianist, did you play yourself stupid? She handwrote that, right?" Gu blinked. "Yes, so, but does it have her legal signature?" I looked at Zhao. Zhao pushed up his glasses. "Under corporate law, this level of transfer requires board approval and official notarization. Private agreements without a formal registration have zero legal force. In other words, that paper's too stiff to even wipe your butt with." Gu turned pale, frantically, flipping pages. "No way." She said it was valid. I snatched the document, ripped it to shreds, and tossed it. Paper fell like snow over his gelled hair. "She's clueless about law, and so are you. Birds of a feather. 2 idiots make a perfect match." I lightly patted his well-groomed face. "Mr. Gu, this is the Lu Group boardroom. No dogs or outsiders allowed. Security. Throw him out." The guard suddenly woke up, grabbing him immediately. 2 big guards dragged him out. "Gu!" screamed. "Lin Fan, wait till Ryan gets out. I'll tell her you bullied me. You're dead." I cleaned my ear. "Tell her when she's out. Oh, and mention I'm doing great." With that fly gone, I sat back down, staring at the terrified board. "Anyone else? No good. Let's discuss last quarter's reports. Some of you have been stealing quite a bit." 3 days later, I visited the not because I missed her, but to ruin her day. Behind a thick glass, she wore a gray prison vest, her hair cropped short. She looked exhausted, with massive dark circles. Her eyes lit up. She grabbed the phone. How is he? Is he okay? Look at the woman I loved for 3 years, in jail, yet still obsessed with her side piece. I sat back and smirked. Oh, he is great. In fact, he bought a Ferrari yesterday, on your credit card. Then he took a young model to a luxury hotel, also on your card. Ryan froze. Then she slammed the glass, screaming, "You're lying, you snake. You're trying to divide us. Yanjo loves me. He's working hard to get me out." I sighed, pressing a photo against the glass. It showed you cuddling a curvy model, grinning in her favorite French restaurant, wine and steak on the table. See his hard work in bed. Ryan stared, her eyes nearly popping out of her skull, chest heaving. "No, this is photoshopped. It has to be. You fake. Why are you doing this? I told you to take care of him." I pulled back the photo, slowly tearing it up. I did. I kicked him out and killed all his projects. Oh, he also tried to steal the company's cash. Luckily I caught him, or you'd be bankrupt when you get out. Ryan froze. Even with her stupid love brain, she knew money mattered. Transfer cash. No, he said it was just a temporary loan. A loan to a Swiss bank account. Is your brain made of mush? If he loved you, why did he let you take the fall? Why hasn't he visited you once? Her defenses crumbled. She covered her face, sobbing. She sobbed violently. He's an artist. He can't have a criminal record. I did it for his dream. He promised to marry me later. I almost laughed. Only an idiot would believe that garbage. Keep dreaming then. Just wanted to let you know. Home is great. The company is thriving. And the air is much cleaner without you. I hung up and walked away, ignoring her screaming and slamming the glass. Lin Fan, come back and explain. I didn't look back, just waved my hand. The fun was just beginning. Back at the office. Before I could even sit down, my secretary called. "Mr. Lin, Mr. and Mrs. Liu are here. They're throwing a fit downstairs, threatening to sleep on the lobby floor." My awful in-laws finally snapped. Back then, my mother-in-law threw dirty rags at my face, and my father-in-law flipped dinner plates at me. Now they want to see me. Make them wait. Call some reporters. Headline: Former chairman's parents throw tantrum for cash. Keep it raw. No filters. I hung up and turned on the security feed. My mother-in-law was rolling on the floor like a maniac, hair like a bird's nest. My father-in-law was spitting mad, screaming at guards. So much for high society. After 30 minutes of this, I finally headed down. The elevator opened to flashing cameras. I instantly put on a heartbroken face and rushed over. "Mom, Dad, what are you doing? Let's go home. The floor is freezing. You'll get sick." I reached out to help her, but she lunged and scratched my hand, leaving 3 bloody marks. "Lin Fan, you bastard. You jailed Ryan and stole our company. Give it back or I'll die here." The cameras zoomed in, clutching my bleeding hand. I looked deeply hurt. "Mom, how can you say that?" Ryan turned herself in. "I'm just protecting her legacy. If I didn't step up, outsiders would have ruined the company." My father-in-law lunged to punch me, but guards blocked him. "Ju Yanjo told us everything. You framed her to seize power, you absolute monster." Hearing his name, I scoffed inside. Brainwashed by the pretty boy, I sighed for the cameras, looking utterly helpless. "Mom, Dad, you know what Ju's like. He's a parasite. Only Ryan was foolish enough to fall for him. I have a financial audit report here. Want to look?" I pulled the document out, waving it at the cameras. "While consulting for us, Ju Yanjo falsified project expenses and embezzled $20 million, all funneled straight into his personal overseas accounts. And yet, you'd rather trust a con artist over your own son." And the room erupted. Reporters swarmed like bloodthirsty sharks, shouting, "Mr. Lin, is this true? Is Ju Yanjo suspected of corporate theft? Is this why Ms. Liu went to prison?" My mother-in-law froze on the floor, forgetting to cry. My father-in-law went pale, stammering, "You're lying. Yanjo is a famous pianist. He doesn't need money." I handed the file to a reporter. "See for yourselves." "Mom, Dad, I have a meeting, so I won't play along." "Security, escort them out." I walked away, leaving total chaos behind. With people like them, reasoning is useless. You need a hammer. Ju Yanjo panicked. Now that I exposed him, the entire internet was tearing him apart. The piano prince went to a diploma mill. The rich heir was actually drowning in debt. His entire persona collapsed, like a house of cards. But he wasn't done. He still had a massive project Liu Ryan gave him. The South City development. She signed those rights before prison. If the project starts, he can pocket a massive kickback and flee. In my office, I reviewed the proposal. This land has a major flaw. It's solid bedrock. Development costs are astronomical. That idiot Liu Ryan approved it without a single geological survey. If Ju Yanjo wants to steal, I'll let him dig his own grave. I called in my loyal engineering manager, "Mr. Lin, we can't sign this. It's a trap." Spinning my pen, I replied, "I know it's a trap, but we're signing it with maximum publicity. Tell Ju Yanjo that even with the audit report, I want to honor Ryan's contract. If he can secure the upfront funding, the project is his." Zhang froze, then grinned. "Mr. Lin, you're setting a trap." Ju Yanjo was desperate for cash. Hearing I relented. He was thrilled as a lad. He borrowed from loan sharks and even mortgaged his brand new Ferrari for the deposit. On signing day, he showed up in a bright red suit looking like a groom. Lin Fan, smart move. Once I cash in on this, I'll clear Ryan's name and leave you with nothing. I watched him sign and leave his thumbprint, silently lighting a candle for his soul. Mr. Ju, best of luck. Just a warning, the feng shui there is terrible. Ju Yanzhou snorted. Superstition, with Ryan on my side, no bad luck can touch me. I held back a laugh. She certainly brought him luck right into a jail cell. The next day, the construction crew arrived. By day 3, bad news struck. They couldn't dig it was all solid granite. Blasting was costly and cracked nearby walls. Residents protested, regulators stepped in, and the project was shut down. Ju Yanzhou panicked. His entire deposit was gone. Loan sharks were compounding interest daily. Workers blocked his door for wages, and creditors waited downstairs with knives. He called me, sobbing. Lin Fan, Mr. Lin, for Ryan's sake, please save me. Just have the company bail me out. I put the phone on speaker, sipping tea while he sobbed. Mr. Ju, you took this project independently. It's in black and white. I'd love to help, but the board refused. You're on your own. If all else fails, sell a kidney. The phone erupted with shattering glass and his desperate screams. I hung up, feeling incredibly refreshed. This was just the appetizer. The real main course was yet to come. Ju Yanzhou was backed into a corner, and when people are desperate, they will do anything. He thought of Lu Ryan, assuming she had secret savings or could force me to pay up. He requested a prison visit. I had already tipped off the guards and arranged a VIP room for them. The security feed was crystal clear 4K. I sat in the monitoring room with popcorn, acting as the director of this show. On screen, Ju Yanzhou was disheveled and unshaven, his former glory gone. Seeing him like this, Ryan burst into tears. Yanzhou, you've lost so much weight. Did that bastard Lin Fan do this? Ju Yanzhou grabbed her hands, digging his nails in. Ryan, save me. The project failed and the loan sharks will kill me. You have to tell Lin Fan to pay up or I'm dead. Ryan looked confused. What project? Lin Fan said you embezzled money. Ju Yanzhou roared. That was to fund the project to save you. Only you can save me now. Give me your Swiss account password. Ryan froze. That account was her retirement fund. She hadn't even told me. Yanzhou, we can't touch that money. Besides, Lin Fan said you used my cash on other women. Ju Yanzhou's face twisted in rage. You believe him over me, you absolute idiot. Look what I went through for you. And you're hoarding cash. If you don't give it to me, I'll confess and say you ordered me to run that person over. We'll go down together. Ryan was stunned, staring at the monster she had loved for years. She had even gone to prison for it. What? You hit that person. I took the fall, and now you're blackmailing me. Ju Yanzhou sneered, dropping all pretenses. You volunteered. If I didn't sweet-talk an unwanted woman like you, would you be so blindly loyal? Give me the password or I'll change my testimony right now. Ryan shook violently, tears streaming down. Her look of pure despair, shock, and regret was absolutely priceless. Suddenly she'll burst into a bitter laugh, looking worse than crying. Lin Fan was right all along. You never loved me, you only loved my money. Ju Yanzhou slammed the table. Love you. Look in the mirror. What else do you have? Hand over the password. Ryan bolted upright and spat in his face. Go to hell, Ju. I won't give you a dime. God, I want to confess. In the monitoring room, I set down my popcorn, brushing off my hands. This was way better than any TV drama. I copied the video as ticket straight to prison. Ryan changed her testimony. With the footage as proof and Ju Yanzhou implicating others to save himself, the truth emerged. Ju Yanzhou was guilty of a drunk driving hit-and-run, plus massive fraud and extortion. Facing multiple charges, he'll be sewing prison uniforms for the rest of his life. Ryan got a lighter sentence for cover-up, but still had to serve time. I visited her. This time, she didn't scream. She looked frail, with hollow eyes. Seeing me, she looked down, too ashamed to make eye contact. Lin Fan, I'm sorry, she whispered like a mosquito. I raised an eyebrow. Didn't catch that. She looked up with tearful eyes. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I shouldn't have doubted you or hurt you for that scum. Only you truly cared about me. Honey, please wait for me. I'll be a good wife. I'll give you the company and bear your children. Let's start over. Looking at her pitiful face, my heart felt absolutely nothing. I almost wanted to laugh. That's human nature. Only after getting ruined do they run back to the nice guy. Too bad I'm no savior. I'm an avenger. I leaned toward the intercom, speaking gently. Ryan, did you mistake something? I exposed Ju Yanzhou not to save you, but to watch you destroy each other. Did you think I loved you these past 3 years? I tolerated you, your tantrums, your family's insults, your stupidity. Her expression froze, and her new hope was instantly crushed. What did you say? I leaned back, crossing my arms. The night Ju Yanzhou hit that pedestrian, I was right behind him. My dashcam recorded everything. If I had shared it, you'd be free. But I didn't. I just watched you take the fall and ruin your own life. Only then could I rightfully take over the company and drag the Liu family into hell. Her eyes widened, her mouth gasping as if choked. You did this on purpose. Lin Fan, you're a monster. How could you be so heartless? I'm your wife. I stood up, straightening my suit jacket. Wife, the moment you went to prison for another man, that ended. Enjoy your cell, Ryan. When you get out, the Liu group will have a new name. Oh, right. My lawyer will deliver the divorce papers. Sign or don't. I have ways to make it happen. I turned to leave, her agonizing screams echoing behind me. That despair was far worse than discovering Yanzhou's betrayal, because she realized her only way out was completely dead. With Ryan and Yanzhou handled, only her annoying parents remained. They were still causing a scene at my office, trying to use public pressure. Too bad public opinion had shifted. Once Jiu Yanzhou's true face was exposed, everyone viewed me as a long, resilient son. The Liu parents became the villains who harbored a criminal. I sat in my penthouse office, watching my in-laws downstairs waving banners that read, Lin Fan, return our daughter's money. Pathetic, I called Zhao. Is the mortgage on the Liu family mansion due? Zhao laughed deviously. Long overdue. The bank sent the demand letter. Plus, Lu Daqiang signed a joint liability guarantee to get cash for Guya. Guarantee. Since Yanzhou is bankrupt, that massive debt falls on Liu. I snapped my fingers. Time to close the net. Tell the bank to foreclose and kick those two out. That afternoon, the court seal was pasted on the mansion's front door. Lu Daqiang and his wife were dragged out of bed. They stood on the street in pajamas, watching their home of decades get seized, crying miserably. I pulled up and rolled down my window. Mother Liu saw me and lunged like a rabid dog. Lin Fan, it was you. You did this. You'll die a horrible death. I rolled the window up slightly to block her spit. Mom, how is this my fault? You signed that guarantee. Blame your own greed and blind trust in Lu Daqiang, aged 10 years in an instant. Staggering over, his usual arrogance was gone. Lin Fan, for Ryan's sake, leave us a way out. We have nowhere to go. I took off my sunglasses, staring. Remember when I had a high fever and needed the car for the hospital? You said it was freshly washed. Feared I'd dirty it and made me walk. Did you leave me a way out then? He stood speechless. I looked at them coldly. I paid for 1 month. Never show your faces to me again. I stepped on the gas and sped off. In my rearview mirror, they collapsed on the ground like piles of trash. The resentment I held for 3 years was finally gone. 3 years later, Lu Ryan was released. It was pouring rain. She stood outside the gates holding a cheap woven bag, soaked to the bone. No luxury cars, no flowers, just a rusty taxi waiting. She hesitated, then climbed inside. Her destination, the Liu group. She probably still clings to some illusion that I will show mercy. Or maybe she just wants to see if anything of her old life remains. Standing by the penthouse window, I watch a taxi pull up downstairs. The Liu's group is gone. Now, it is called Our market value has multiplied 10 times over, with operations worldwide. I am the new darling of the business world. A man everyone wants to please. My secretary knocks. Mr. Lin, a woman named Liu Ryan is downstairs. She says she is your ex. Swirling my wine, I tell her to send her up. Some things just need closure. When she walks in, I barely recognize her. She looks so old, now graying hair, a hunched back, with none of the grace of the rich heiress she used to be. Seeing me behind this massive desk, she wrings her hands nervously, tracking mud onto the floor. Her muddy shoes stain my expensive carpet. Mr. Lin, she stammers, not daring to call me her husband anymore. I point to the chair. She sits gingerly, barely hovering on the edge. I am out, she whispers. I know I shouldn't come, but my parents passed away in the nursing home, and our house is gone. Can you give me any job? Even cleaning is fine. The proud queen of the past is now begging like a dog. Looking at her, I feel no satisfaction, only a hollow sadness. Over these 3 years, I have won everything, but I have also lost it all. That innocent version of me is long dead. I pull a bank card from my drawer and toss it onto the desk. There are 500,000 yuan in here. The pin is your birthday. Her eyes light up. She reaches out, but I slam my hand over it. Take the money and leave. Leave this city, and never let me see you again. Her hand freezes in midair as tears stream down her face. Lin Fan, you really have no feelings left for our past. I pull my hand back, looking at her coldly. Our past. The moment you took the fall for Jiu Yanzhou, our past died. This money settles everything between us. Take it and get out. Trembling, she grabs the card and bows. Thank you, Mr. Lin. She turns and walks away, a picture of absolute defeat. She is gone, but I don't feel relieved. There is still one secret I have kept hidden all this time. A secret about Jiu Yanzhou's car accident. He was indeed drunk driving that night, but the pedestrian he hit was a fraud, and I was the one who set him up. I had tracked his movements, knew he was drinking, and paid a professional actor to wait at that intersection. The plan was simple. Jump in front of the car the moment he drove by. I kept it safe, just a few scrapes to make it look dramatic. But I never expected Lu Ryan to be stupid enough to take the blame, or Jiu Yanzhou to be ruthless enough to let her do it. Her going to jail played right into my hands. I only wanted to ruin Ju Yanzhou's reputation, but their stupidity practically handed the entire Louise group to me on a silver platter. That is destiny. I open my safe and pull out a flash drive containing the full footage from that night. It shows the entire incident, including the actor getting up to count his cash afterward. That is the real truth. If Lu Ryan knew she went to prison for a crime that never actually happened, would she lose her mind? If Ju Yanzhou knew his life was ruined over a staged trap, would he die of pure rage? I plugged the drive into my computer. Watching the footage, I cannot help but laugh out loud. Am I really the bad guy?